Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards. Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan. Running pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. It's the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep. I'm your host, Braylon Edwards, the man, the myth, the legend. No, that's not me. That's this gentleman right here.
I don't know about
Matt
that.
Shep. What's the word, Shep?
Hey, we didn't even call each other, and yet we still match.
How about I see the coordination?
The maroon, man.
How great
The
is
maroon.
that?
Great minds think
The
alike.
maroon, you feel me? It's a good
I feel the
vibe right
burgundy. Yeah. Is that a
Maroonish
CMU burgundy?
Mahogany.
there. This is like
Kool-Aid says mahogany.
this is like what happens after the Merlot leaves the glass. This is what the tent looks like with the remaining.
That's a
drops.
good point.
I like
Yeah.
that.
You like
The
that, right?
legs on the glass.
There you go, right
Are you a wine guy?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
I for some reason I can't get that taste down. I'm not
Red wine or wine in general?
wine in general.
Okay.
My wife always complains that I don't drink it properly.
Oh, you're supposed to like slip it, sniff it. Sniff it sounds crazy, but sip it, sniff it, swirl it around. Just take a little bit at a time. Really let it breathe.
Yes.
Enjoy the process.
Yes.
Yeah, and
And
I
I drink
get
it
you.
like beer, where you're not really supposed to do that.
You drinking red like beer. You'll get a nice buzz. You'll get a nice buzz.
So is it red or white wine for you? Or
I'm
does
white.
it depend on what you're eating?
It does depend on what you're eating, but I'm more of a white wine guy in general, which I'm trying to curve a little bit because it's a little more sugary than red wine. A little worse for you, if you will. But I like Sauvignon Blanc, man. Sauvignon Blanc is a nice, clean wine. Its taste is crisp, But I put it on the back burner for right now. Red, on the other hand, I'm really only into it with steaks.
Right.
Like if I'm at a steakhouse.
What about pasta?
Yeah, Italian restaurant. My
Okay.
apologies. Yeah, but I'm not going there. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna get a nice cab. I'm gonna get a nice Merlot. I'm really gonna dive into some Pinot. Like for me, it's like, I think I'm gonna stick with the white wine at the Italian spot. I just enjoy.
Yeah, I get it. Kool-Aid? How about you? Wine?
Shout out to
Beer.
Kool-Aid in the building.
Sun Cruiser, vodka, iced tea, I know. But
I know he's feeling good.
oh,
Somebody
me?
won last night.
Verner's.
Verner's. Oh,
some
yeah.
Verner's, man.
Hey,
Detroit
how about
guys.
that? Yeah, thank you. How many people outside of Detroit, outside of the state of Michigan, like Verner's, do you think? Or is-
Individuals that come in contact with it through Detroiters or through Michiganders, because I have some friends that love Verner's now that knew nothing about it until me playing in Ohio. Because Uncle Walter and my mom, what's up, Mom, always would have cans on deck. So we would have cans, we bring them up from Detroit or get them shipped in. So like wherever I was at, whether it was in New Jersey, whether in San Jose when I played for the 49ers, I had some Verner's on deck.
I love Verner's.
what's up.
I do. And I
love
don't know if there's anything better than vanilla ice cream in a glass and pouring some Verner's over it. Oh, man. It is
You know what?
so good, man.
Sounds like I have a date tonight.
Yeah, it is so good. Here's the issue, and I love it. My kids don't. And the reason they don't is because we used to give it to them when they were sick.
Verner's does heal everything in our community.
Does anybody did anybody else
What?
go through that with your
It's-
kids?
Was it warm?
It doubles
Warm
as a little bit of
Yeah,
medicine.
yeah. Room temperature.
Yeah, warm Verner's like cured everything in our house.
Everything.
Like you mix some warm Verner's, apple cider vinegar. Yeah, you starting to cook with some grease. But no, we use that.
Okay.
Couple
We
lemon
use it with
drops.
toothaches and things like that.
Shep,
or
you got to
yeah.
introduce him to mixing it with whiskey
your stomach isn't filled.
or bourbon.
You know something wrong
Yeah,
with bourbon?
that's-
Sweet
Dog.
potato pie. Sweet potato Cam says whiskey and Verner's is how I should introduce my kids.
It goes
to Verner's.
hard, yeah. Or bourbon.
There you go.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
sit
Not all.
down.
There you go. A little bit of
Cam
whiskey
is a
and
real
bourbon
one,
action.
man.
How you guys feeling today, man?
I feel great.
Snow let up a little bit. Snow a little bit earlier, but for the most part, it's been drivable. Hasn't been any conditions that you see. The traffic flow is a
Not
lot faster.
Yeah, it's not
So
bad.
that was cool.
I feel great, except I missed my workout today because I was waiting for the cable guy.
Ooh, that sucks when they give you that 4-hour window that's really like a 10-hour window.
Exactly.
So yeah, we'll be there between 8 and
that's
11,
one,
and you get
man.
there at like 3:30. Or they don't come.
You feel like, so here's what I usually do. I'm at the gym early and then come back and say, hey, you know what? Now I've scheduled the appointments.
Yeah.
The window, because the window is 9 to noon.
There's that word.
Right, that window.
The window.
Right, not the window for the Lions, but the window for the technician was 9 to noon. So do I roll the dice and make it back in time, or do I just wait and go after he shows up? What time do you think he showed up?
I would say either 11:50.
11:45.
I'd say 11:50.
11:30.
Yeah.
11:20 or so.
Yeah, you
around
got to
there.
go early.
So I should, had I gone, I would have been able to make it back in time.
Yeah.
But my thought was, well, what if he shows up at 9:30?
Then it would be like one of the first times that they've ever been on time.
Exactly.
So
So by the time he's out, I'm getting ready for this.
it's all good, man. You can miss a workout. You can make up. You can make it up.
Yeah.
You can make it
It's
up.
frustrating. We all have our routines. That's one of my routines.
I was
You haven't
telling
missed a workout in 6 years, 7 years, you said? Something like that?
No. It hasn't been that long, but I typically go every day. Today, I was kind of throwing off my workout routine a little bit. I had to get a haircut. It was snowing a little bit earlier, so I wasn't able to go to the furthest. So I went 9 o'clock.
Oh, it is haircut
9:30, if
Thursday.
you will.
It is.
I also had to go to Michigan Sports and Spine to see the team over there to get his arm together. So a lot more flexion and mobility
Get the
today.
rotation going.
Got good
Shout
news
out
again.
Good job,
So-
Terry Scoobel. That's a well done.
You feel me? It was good, man. They had me doing exercises to make sure. She was like, "Oh, this isn't too bad. You just got some things." She said, "There's so many cords and so many things. Whether it's a ligament, whether it's tendons, whether it's nerve, whether it's cartilages that connect in
Yes.
your underneath your
Armpit,
armpit.
yeah.
Excuse me. So sometimes when you're doing exercises, maybe it's a bench or whether it's a whatever movement it is, you put that pressure on it, and when you and you tighten up, sometimes they roll over. And so it gets tight. They put a little pressure on there, and that's kind of what happened with me. So, I'm hanging around Doc too long, man. I'm starting
I'll tell you,
to figure it out.
The reason I felt good is because of the last night viewing. When you watch the Red Wings do what they did on the road in Toronto,
It's a hell of a win, man.
and you watch the Pistons do what they did on the road in New Orleans, and I get it, I get it. Some people are thinking, well, New Orleans isn't very good. They're a G League team. I'm like, hold on a second. No
funny.
Cade Cunningham, no Karis LeVert. Dennis Jenkins is starting. I love what Jalen Duren's doing, another double-double. And by the way, he was 6 for 6 at the stripe, which I think is really important. I'm okay with it, man. Bring it on. Let's go. I mean, you're an opportunity to get a roadkill like that, extended win on 4 straight, 7 out of 8. I love it, right? And then the way the Wings played last night, you talk about grit with the Lions and all this stuff. Man, the Wings were flying last night. They were so damn good. And to win in overtime and Larkin get his 12th career overtime game winner that ties Fedorov in franchise history.
Nice setup by Morris, man.
Yeah, and Sider, the way he's playing. That top pairing of defense is unbelievable. I mean, they are among the best in the NHL and a big reason why they've turned around. And then you got John Gibson. I mean, John Gibson last night makes 30 saves, so he's won 7 in a row. That dude since December 1st, Braylon, is 16-2 with a 93 save percentage. That, in the words of my friend Kool-Aid, is fire.
And I just wanted to ask, with the Pistons, people kept asking, are they going to fall off with Gibson? But that question now is tailing off with Gibson. Do you think that question is going to tail off?
I don't. I don't see why we would think that way. He went through a stretch where he gave up about 27 goals in 5 games. And he had some wins in there, but they were a lot of goals. Since that time, he has steadied that ship. No one's going to be perfect all the time, but he has steadied that ship. I'm telling you right now, I think they may make multiple moves. They get that defenseman that I mentioned yesterday. If they get Dougie Hamilton, he's a right-handed shot, big, strong guy. In his early 30s, still has got a lot of gas left in that proverbial tank. You pair him with Ben Sherratt, you put Sandim Pellikka on the third defensive pairing, you're in a lot better shape. I think that's what I'd like to see. More jam from that team, and I think you're in really good shape. Would I like to see another goal scorer? Yes. I watched a little bit of TSN last night, a little bit of TNT. They were talking about different players, and they mentioned Steven Stamkos. Wouldn't be a huge fan of that, even though he's a performer in the playoffs, and he's had a decent year goal scoring, but he's a minus player, and I think he's not a great back checker like Patrick Kane. I would not want that.
Yeah, just looking at the Red Wings, watching them, you alluded to it. They're flying around. They're physical. They're aggressive. Like, when I turn on the Red Wings games, I feel like a sneeze is about to happen. So,
Bless you. Bless you.
Bless.
so sorry. I couldn't do anything about that one, though. But when I turn on games now, when I watch the Red Wings, I anticipate them winning. I think in the last couple of years, like, you're hoping they win. You believe they may could win. You know, if it goes overtime, you're like, I don't know. Like, now I expect the Red Wings to win these games. And even when they go on the road, I expect them to close out like they did last year. I mean, last night, they closed out on the season series against the Toronto Maple Leafs. I was just looking at some numbers over the last couple of years. You know, you look at this year, 31 wins as compared to the last 3 years, 24, 26, and 22 at this various point. Goals against, that's a big one, right? That's the one that's
huge.
That's the one that matters.
Yeah.
Goals against this year, they're sixth in the league at 154. The year before that, 62. Year before that, 65. Year before that, 63. So it seems like they're getting better and better and better. And it may have taken a long time, but it seems as if Dylan Larkin, as well as Stevie Y and the guys they've put together, they're now leading this team, leading this franchise in the right spot. Talking about the Pistons last night, they want every loose ball. They want every point. They want every rebound. They want every opportunity to, if they miss a shot, get it back. I saw an opportunity last night. I can't remember who missed it. Missed the three. I should have been paying more attention. Missed the three, legitimately 3 people fighting for the rebound over Zion, who we know he can get off the ground. He can create some chaos as released to rebound. Man, they got the rebound, kicked it back out 3. They did that the next 3 times down. They want every loose ball. It doesn't matter who plays. And that's the thing we talk about, the culture and identity in terms of what this is and what everybody else is. Not every team has this level of buy-in.
Agreed.
Like, every player is buying in. What do I need to do? If I got to dive on the floor to get this loose ball, that's not a problem. If I need to let me get my rebound. Let me get my putback. Who's not playing? Jalen Duren, doesn't matter. Let me go out here and get you 15 boards.
Yeah.
Let me get you 20 points. Let me keep the energy going in what we're building right now. So they're fun to watch. And they're getting to the point, both teams, where it's no longer about they're good for Detroit. This team over here is doing something. Like, you even, like, not that I care. Go ahead.
I know. I was going to say, you know why? Because when Dennis Jenkins is in there, when he sees Cade Cunningham going to the floor and doing that, or he sees Karis LeVert or Jalen Duren or Isaiah Stewart, when those guys do it, how can you not do it, right? That's the way I look at it. How are the two teams? I know these are 2 completely different sports. How are these 2 teams similar? I've got a thought. I've got an idea. Here's what I love about both those teams. I think here's the similar characteristic. Even when they're down, okay, I believe they're going to come back. They may not always win, but I think they're going to come back. In the past, like you mentioned, past 2-3 years with the Red Wings, when they're down in the third, they cave. Teams start to dominate them.
Facts.
Teams start to get heavy on the puck in their offensive zone, Detroit's defensive zone, and Detroit wears down. Detroit will watch the team possess the puck for 25 to 30 seconds, sweep it out of the zone just to get a line change. By the time the next line is on, the other team has retrieved the puck, they're back through the neutral zone, they're in the offensive zone, and they're doing it all over again. That's not the case any longer. Detroit's got much better puck-moving defensemen, much better puck-moving forwards. They're making the right play, and they're not being bullied around in their defensive zone. The Pistons, when they're down, they're not down very often, but when they're down, you just feel like that team is never caving. They're never giving you anything. You're going to have to earn everything, and that's why I believe they're always coming back to win, even though they don't always win.
As it relates to the Pistons, I agree with you. I agree both. Starting with the Pistons, like, this is the NBA today. Not everybody's playing 48 minutes. Not everybody's playing every game. Like, you get a lot of games where guys may not be sitting out in load management. However, they're load management through playing because they're out there not diving. They're not going after. They're not really tripping. They're waiting for the shoe to drop so we can get up out of here and get back home. And the Pistons want it all. Pistons are playing on every single play. They hustle, they grind, they're playing through. You wear teams down, you get to the fourth quarter, and that's when the Pistons get stronger. A lot of times, fourth quarter is when teams like, all right, it's time to check out. I see we got nothing left. But the Red Wings are beginning to be fun. Not beginning, they are.
Yeah,
they're
both
fun.
teams are. You're right.
They're
really
fun to
enjoy
watch.
it.
This reminds me 2 years ago. 2 years ago when Larkin got hurt, they're a better team. Okay. They're a better team. But 2 years ago, Larkin gets hurt. He misses 25 games, and then that starts to tank, and then they eke it out at the end to not make it by 2 games. Like, that season, I started to believe they were going to win until that last point. Where
before that, they were looking
Larkin.
good. You're preaching.
Shout out to the not hockey knowledge here. I love that.
Yeah. I remember that time, and They were
Receivers
looking
more
good. I
complete.
didn't understand how important Dylan Larkin actually was. I knew he was good, but it was during that moment that I realized, goodness gracious. And then obviously you see him in the All-Star format where amongst the world's best, he looks even that much better of a leader. This year, I think
And an Olympian.
And an Olympian. And this year you see it kind of rounding fully into form as the talent on the team has gotten that much better too. So shout out to Dylan Larkin and Braylon Edwards hockey knowledge.
Yeah, I love it. Great conversation.
Watch out now.
Thank you for that. Last night, I wondered just a little bit
I
as
won't get too
I'm
good out
watching
here.
the Pistons. Cade Cunningham has to take the night off, and rightfully so. I bet you he could have taken the night off against Boston the other night too, but he played through an injury. I think the hand injury, Kool-Aid, might be just a little bit not severe, but a little bit more cumbersome than he's let on. And even though he struggled with his shot against Boston, we know he had 14 assists and no turns. So I have no problem taking the day, a night to heal, if you will, against New Orleans. So he's missed 6 games. No red flag there. No big deal. Okay. How many games does an NBA player have to play for you to recognize, okay, he's giving it to his team every single night? There is very little load management. I'm still respectful of the number of games that he's giving my team and producing on a high level.
I would like to say 75, but I think that's unrealistic in this day and age. I think if you keep it to 70, I think that
70? Okay.
I think 70 is a good number. 70 gets you to 70. It's 12 games. You can get a lot done in 70 games. You can accomplish a lot. 70 games, I know that you're committed. 70 games, I know that you're dedicated. You're giving me all you have. I think 70 games is now the marker.
I like that. Kool-Aid?
I would like 75, but
Yeah, for me, I'm especially if the expectation is long playoff runs, I'm looking for you to be eligible for your postseason awards and be healthy for the playoffs. If you're going to be doing load management in the regular season, then I need you to be healthy enough for the playoffs. That's what I need out of Cade Cunningham and any of these guys that like Jalen Duren who seem to have those recurring injuries.
Yeah.
Because
Cam,
Stu
is there
went
a
the
certain
whole
number?
season last year and then got hurt
and
in
then
the
got
first
hurt.
playoff game.
Correct. Yep. Cam, is there a certain number you got in your head?
I mean, I would say somewhere in the same ballpark there, 65 to 70 games.
About the
Really?
I would say about the 65.
65?
Whatever
in
is a
this era.
Isn't there like a qualified number to win those awards?
65.
65.
65.
So that's-
Correct. Yeah.
There it is.
I probably side closer to what Braylon said. I sound like old guy here, but I'm going to give you some numbers here real quick. Ready? 72, 81, 82, 81, 77, 81, 81, 80, 81, 78, 79.
who's that, Isaiah Thomas?
It is.
And, yeah.
Zeke.
As soon as you start going, I was like, which
Yep.
player? And then once you cut off, I'm like,
job.
That's 11. Is that 11, 12 years?
Good
Yes.
job,
power
dude.
stat.
Good job, dude. Yeah.
And you know what? I want it like that, but it's like in this era,
You're talking
it
about
just
realistic.
doesn't seem
You're
like
being
it happens.
realistic. Right.
Yep.
Kool-Aid's being realistic. You're not saying
Yeah.
you're okay with it. You're
No.
saying that's the way it is today.
Yep.
Right.
So at
'Cause-
least give me all out in the playoffs. At the
Yeah, but he
very
gave you
least.
all out in the playoffs, too.
Yep.
It can be done, right?
Yes.
Joe Dumar's numbers, by the way, aren't as glaring, but they're pretty damn close, too, on a regular basis.
Hey, talk about it.
So that's kind of it's on an unfair bar, but I think 65 is a really low bar.
It's like we started to really highlight the Ironman more and more and more because more and more people started to take games off. Where
That's
there was
right.
an era I remember as a kid where everybody wanted to play.
Everybody.
I saw Grant Hill dragging his ankle around the court.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to play.
Yeah.
It seems a little bit different today. I hope that's something that changes in the future. But it seems like today as well, these guys are getting these little tweaks and these little injuries more and more. So
Back then,
hopefully they get that balance right.
your minutes weren't promised. I don't care how good you were.
Hey.
Like, I don't care how good you were, your minutes weren't promised. Even if you were a great player, the more and more you started missing, you can't be reliable. If you're not reliable, if you're not available, availability is the best ability. So that would hurt guys back in the day. Guys did not want to miss because they knew franchises is different now. That's
a good point.
Now guys have slated spots. Man, I can miss 40 games and they're not moving off me. They're not going to get rid of me. I don't mind. I don't care. So what I'm missing this time? It's a different mindset. Back then, like, even when I played, I didn't play when Zeke played, but 12, 13, 14 years after, I did not want to miss a game. I didn't want to miss practice because I knew that upper management, They were always trying to load somebody else up. They were always going to try to bring somebody else in, or they would always have an opportunity to draft somebody if they felt like I was dragging my feet. Like I was like, what? If I can practice, if I can play, I'm playing. I'm not sitting out for nothing. And that was the attitude of, the cats that played basketball in my era, too.
Sure. I don't expect everybody to be AC Green, who went 10 straight years of playing every single
That's
game.
because he wasn't having no,
I know. His legs were fresh. How's that?
There we go.
All right. The Jerry curl and all looked good. But 10 straight years of a full schedule.
Yeah.
And by the way, during those years, they're winning championships. They're
true.
going deep into playoffs.
Yeah.
Where do I stop and say, all right, enough,
Yeah.
since that was back in the 80s, and try to relate it to today, number one. And number two, why do I feel like I'm in the wrong for bringing up guys who I think should be celebrated because of their attrition, their willingness to play every single night? And again, this has nothing to do with this current team.
Yeah.
It has everything to do with probably what's been, the last 15 years? Greg
Yeah.
Popovich started it with San Antonio.
Yeah.
right.
That's 15, 20 years, those
Yeah.
guys?
He started, and it wasn't as egregious when he was doing it. I think it started getting
You're right.
egregious is when Kawhi Leonard and that situation happened, and then it went out of what Pop was doing, and it became this is what Kawhi wants to do. Then it was, is this Kawhi, is this Pop? So, but yeah, no, that's exactly when it started. I think it's because we always lobby for our era. And the era that we come from, guys play 81 games. Guys get 82 games. Guys are playing 80 games. If a guy plays 70 games, you're like, what did you hurt?
Yeah.
Like, are you really hurt? Like, what'd you do? Like, what's going on? And we support that. That's what we found was successful. That's what guys are supposed to do. In this era, there's excuses on how many games you can play. Your favorite player is not playing but 60 games.
Yeah.
So if your favorite player on your organization is playing 60 games and everyone's okay with it, then that's how you're going to lobby because that's what you've been conditioned to do. No, it's okay he misses 60 games because at the end of the day, it's not about the regular season. We want him in the playoffs.
Right.
We want this guy to be ready. We want championships. So why are you so mad that my guy is sitting? He's just resting. He's getting ready. Watch what he does in the postseason. A lot of times the postseason is a letdown. But I think that's why we're arguing against guys that are lobbying for their guys that sit out.
Mm-hmm. How do the players justify it, do you think, Kool-Aid?
We make more money than them. We're worth more.
I'll be honest. Let me full disclosure. I think it has more to do with trainers than it does with players. I think players certain players. Yeah. I think Cade Cunningham wants to play every single night. There's no doubt in my mind, okay? There's no doubt a couple of years ago when he only played 12 games, he could have played down the stretch, wanted to play down the stretch. He didn't make a big deal out of it like Max Crosby did in Las Vegas.
Go out then. He kept it in-house.
That's right. So I give him full marks for that.
Yeah.
I think it's, hey, listen, I'm getting worked on my knee, my ankle, my elbow, whatever, on a regular basis, and the trainer says, whoop, there's a red flag. Just to be safe, I want to protect him. Doesn't seem to be that case with certain football teams, but I think that is the case with some of the NBA players today. Until you've reached a certain status in which you say, hey, man, I'm taking tonight off as a player.
Yeah, because back in the day, Jordan, it was probably the most notable guy of it back in the day, having his own personal trainer and then kind of working with him. But Jordan worked with that trainer in the off season. When the season, he had plans to say, hey, look, after the game, this is your regimen, what you want to do. When you got a little bye week, a little time, this is not bye week, but when you got a little time off, this is what you want to do. But, I'll see you in the off season. That's what we do. Nowadays, Tom Brady, thank you very much, trainers are with their players full time. And now they're getting licenses or they're getting, agreements to where they can be in the facility. They can be around the players all the time. And these guys, they're the ones. So it's not necessarily like the team trainers, the team staff. It's these personal trainers like you talk about that are always working with their guys, always there.
Did you do it? Did you have a personal trainer? Did you have a personal chef? Did you have all that stuff?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I had a personal trainer. I had a personal chef. I had my therapy guy who was in Toronto, speaking of Toronto, Tony Scott. His son's a hell of a hockey player, Brandon Scott, by the way. But, yeah, he was my ART guy. He was my massage therapist, if you will. He was the stretch rehab. Then when I was in the league, I had chef. I had chef every city I went to.
You should.
You have to invest in your body.
Amen.
Like, yeah, everybody talks about LeBron and $2 million, this, that, and the third. Like, yes, like that's what you should do. If you're the level of LeBron, making the money that he's making or that he has made, you invest in the body. You only get one of these.
Yeah, and it's also worked for him.
Like
okay, and it worked for Brady.
That's why I was at Michigan Sports and Spine. We tell you guys to get out there to go see Doc. But that's why. But I'm serious. That's why I was over there. I only get one of these. I'm 43. Like, you know, when I'm 20, I got a little. It's a little tight. I work out tomorrow to be all right and try to get through it. Hurt myself more. Now 43 or 42. Excuse me. It's like not. Whoa. Hey Doc. I felt this. You got to invest in your body for athletes.
So smart.
That's where it is. Like, you want to. Do you want to maintain this thing? How long do you want to play? At what level do you want to play?
That's why I defend a lot of the old school players. So Charlie Sanders, God rest his soul, loved him to death. Worked with him for a long time. Very, very fortunate to have called him a friend of mine. But I remember him telling me, you know, he made more money working for, I don't know if it was Detroit Consumers Power or whatever, right? I mean, Detroit Edison, whatever he did, than he did playing football. If guys like him, and he was a hell of an athlete, if guys like Dave Winfield, who was one of the greatest athletes I've in my era, if those guys had strength and conditioning coaches, if they had personal chefs, if they had some of the tools that is available or that are available to athletes today, those guys definitely could play in today's era. The question I would have is, do a lot of athletes today, if they didn't have what they have, as talented as they may be, and they had to work a second job, would they have been able to play back then? That's the debate oftentimes I've had with modern day athletes, primarily with baseball players.
It's an interesting conversation.
It is.
And I don't think you can win either way. And the reason why not is these athletes today, they have all the as it relates to the health etiquette, as it relates to meal prepping, if you will, what to put in your body, what to have, who to have take care of your body, what therapists you need. And guys have 6 and 7 therapists these days. You have all that.
Better knowledge.
You have better workout programs. You have better scientific, technological advances as it relates to equipment that you're using, the weights that you're using, the shoes that you're using, the tight socks, all those things, right? And guess what? These guys are missing 6, 7 games a year, 8 games a year, sometimes in football, and a lot of times in basketball. They're missing games. They don't have complete seasons. They're shorter careers. Guys are playing 8, 9 years, 7 years. I played 9. Like, guys are starting to retire after 6 years. Those guys that you're talking about drank beer, smoked cigarettes, and played 16 seasons and didn't miss no games.
Right. How does Len Dawson at halftime of Super Bowl I smoke a cigarette
go out there and
go out there and play and go out there and get a win?
And get a dub?
Can you imagine?
No.
Kenny Stabler is smoking a cigarette. Bobby Lane is out partying the night before. I mean,
Lawrence Taylor. You talk about party.
Thomas Hollywood Henderson.
You talking about party.
I mean, Thomas Hollywood Henderson might put them all to shame. Who knows?
LT missed the first quarter of the game because he was off that stuff. Came in, had 3 sacks left, and went right back to that stuff.
Right. Probably put up 4 or 5 sacks after that. Yeah.
3.5 picks and an interception.
Yeah. Dan Skipper's retired, according to members of the chat. How about that?
Oh, shoot.
I know. He is a cult hero.
Yeah.
Seems like a very good dude. Not bad for a guy who, you know.
At least he reported this time.
At least he reported.
Maybe.
But according to the chat, we'll have to get, Kool-Aid will get that as soon as we got breaking news there that it's official. But it's interesting how.
Why now?
I don't know, but how about how Lions fans feel about him? I mean, they loved Dan Skipper. Loved him.
I like Dan Skipper a lot. The guy that used to sit over there loved him a little bit too much. And I think it's because people like individuals. That's why people cheer for Jared Goff so much. And I'm laughing because the comment that was made yesterday, it always comes back to Goff. Like, that was a fun comment.
Everything does.
But in Detroit, we look at our players differently. You look at them as like, man, Dan Skipper, man, he's had 23 contracts, man, and nobody wanted him. We did. He's our guy. Like, I love Dan Skipper. He's one of the best tackles. And it kind of goes like that. I think that's another thing with Jared Goff. Like, it's like the thrown away aspect of Goff made him more endurable to the Lions. Like, he got discarded. They did not want him in 2021. Let's be clear. When Jared Goff got here in 2021, it was like, oh my God, we got this discarded quarterback. They didn't want him. Sean McVay moved on from him. How could? And now they're defending the hell out of him. That's what happens here in Detroit. Dan Skipper's got a hell of a story, man. Like, when you look at him and he's talking about, I finally have a contract where I can stay on the team. That endeared him to me as well.
Yeah.
So I like Dan Skipper. Why though is he retiring now? Is my question.
I don't know. What are you reading into it?
I don't want to read anything to it. I want to get some questions I want to ask him, but He didn't retire last year after 15-2.
True. Why would you retire now? Maybe he sees the writing on the wall.
And that's the question. Is there a writing on the wall? Because if there's a writing on the wall, we're in a different situation, Shep.
In what sense?
Oh, you're talking about writing on the wall as it relates to his career, his injuries, his body?
In the sense that team probably – that team doesn't need him any longer. They're going to get younger, okay? That he's 31, he'll be 32 next year. He's had a nice run, and he recognizes it's one of the weaknesses of this team that used to be the strength.
So
and
before
now
he
it's
gets
time
cut.
to move on. But think about it. This in a Detroit uniform, all right? Detroit uniform. He played 8 years. He started 16 games total in 8 years. And he's a cult hero.
This is true. That's even more interesting because now it's like you're not injured. At least we don't know. We got to do more homework. We don't know. We don't believe you to be injured. This is a position that they need. You're a player that they love having in this position because when you come into games, like you feel the road the way it's supposed to be filled. You do a great job. And now you're retiring because we need more offensive linemen, and you assume you're going to get axed because they want to go younger. Like if you've been waiting all your life to start, you've been waiting all your life to play, to be effective, to make a difference, which he's made in these last 3 years. I don't know if I'm just dipping after we did not achieve our goal unless I'm not necessarily happy with what I see or I'm injured.
Or I'm not. I get the sense I'm not going to be part of the future.
Yeah.
But if you can still contribute, I would hope as many, unless you've got concussions, unless you've got injuries, I would hope these guys would hang on to it as long as they possibly could so they could make that bread and they could live out the dream.
Chicken.
See, that's what I'm thinking because
Is it chicken? I thought it was bread.
it's both.
My bad. Oh, it's both.
It's both.
So I'm not off base saying
cheese,
bread. Okay.
Cheese, chicken, bread.
Cheese, chicken, bread.
Yeah, you in
Paper.
there.
Oh,
Paper.
it's all good.
Yeah,
Lettuce.
Quan,
Yeah.
coin,
Got it.
dinero.
Okay. All right.
The bag. as they
Bitcoin.
say.
Okay. All that stuff.
Braylon knows it in every vernacular. Every lexicon.
I've had it all. You know what I'm saying? With all the lexicons, it all come
Right
my
now,
way.
Cam's looking in his pocket.
no.
Going, I got nothing in here, man.
You
What the
can't
hell's
be
going
dressed
on?
like that, Sandy.
I got good
They already
credit.
call you
I got some
a
good
80s
credit,
gangster,
though.
man.
Oh, this is like
Look
it's like that episode of Martin.
Or American Gangster.
I
There
bet-
you go,
there you
Frank.
go.
Which is
Frank
a great
Lucas,
movie.
man.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Go ahead.
hard out here.
Go ahead, Denzel. Yeah, go
what
ahead.
was it? The man I work for. The intro.
Give me a
American
little
Gangster
battle
CD.
log, bro.
See, the man I work for, Bumpy Johnson, let me tell you about that man. He was good in the community. He taught me many things about the ways and how they. No, anyway.
Let's go.
I want to play Jeopardy with him as my partner so he can possibly win
We can have
as
some
much as
fun.
he can regarding movie themes.
he's a culture
That's a
box,
new.
bro.
That should be a new segment on this show. Movie sayings.
Like,
you got to name
yeah,
the
can we
movie,
stump
him?
and we'll do it for Braylon.
I'm down.
Go ahead.
I'm definitely down. Just getting back to the situation, when I retire, excuse me, I'm sorry. My dad told me when I was playing, when I was thinking about retiring, that's what he said, where I retire. And I'm telling him, I'm saying, yeah, I think I'm retiring. My knee, it's banged up. I can still go out there. I can still make plays. I can still catch passes. I can have a good practice followed by a sore practice. I can have a good game followed by maybe I don't even play the next game. I said, but I'm just done. I don't love it anymore. I said, I don't want to go out there and injure. I don't want to waste anybody's time. He said, all right, before you hang them up, though, you do know there's not a lot of jobs. You can go out there and make the kind of money that you make. Or make the kind of money that you're making right now. You're already into a system. He said,
Lifestyle's different.
100%. Take that system for all that it's worth.
Absolutely.
Because once you hang them up, you're going to be trying to figure out what the next move is, right? You know what I'm saying? So that was his conversation. And I say that to say the same thing to Skip. Not necessarily he doesn't know what the next move is, but this is what you love to do. This is a good means to make money for your family, which we have seen in pictures. A beautiful family you
It's
have.
also what he's
Wife.
known for. I mean, when you play as long as you guys do,
Yeah.
and it's tough in that league, man. The average lifespan in the
2.5.
NFL is about 2.5 years, okay? Maybe 3. Maybe it's inching a little bit closer to 3. That tells you.
Used to be 3. Now it's gone back.
Now it's going back down.
Yeah.
That tells you something about how difficult it is, how challenging it is. And because you've known that for as long as you have, you got to make sure you're right. The question many people would then be, once you did hang it up, did you regret it?
I didn't regret it. It just took me a time to figure out who I was in the next move outside of football. I had to figure out that football was just the vehicle driving me to what I ultimately was going to be in life. Like football wasn't who I was. And a lot of times that takes time for individuals to realize because people think when year one's over, like, oh, well, I made it through year one, year two, the depression's over. A lot of times it's a delayed reaction. Like for me, it didn't set in year one. Year one, I'm all right, cool, I'm retired. My knee was banged up. I'm living in Miami. This is fun. I'm hanging out. I'm moving home. I'm catching up with family. I'm catching up with the things. I'm traveling. Yeah, that lasts a year, and it's like, all right, I'm bored as hell. What do I do? What's the move? So
did you think it was your identity? That's the one thing people have always told me, in life. Don't let it make you don't let that be your identity. Right. You be your identity, not what you do, rather the other way around.
I didn't think it was, but at the same time, it was tough because everybody that comes up in contact, like when I moved back home, like everyone that comes in contact with me, I'm Braylon Edwards from Michigan. I'm Braylon Edwards that played for the Jets. I'm Braylon Edwards that played that went to Ohio and hated it, Cleveland Browns. Like that's who I am. So every conversation is about. It's about what was Lloyd Carr like?
Yeah.
What's playing with Rex? Playing for Rex Ryan like? What was it playing with the Legion of Boom? Like these are the questions I get, and they're all tied into that personality. It took me a while to realize, those questions are fine, and you can answer them, but give more of yourself, do more.
Yeah.
Like the more you do, the more you have, the more you can start to engage in difference. And when I have conversation, it's like, hey, I'm over here doing this, that, and the third. Oh, yeah, I used to be that guy, but this is where I'm focused on. Let's have a conversation about this.
Right. Eventually, moving forward. Good stuff. Really like that. All right, well, listen, when we come back, some awards that will be handed out at the end of the National Football League season has their finalists. We'll get Braylon's thoughts on who those finalists truly are and who he thinks will win.
And just a quick note, maybe we'll touch on this at some point in the show. Dan Skipper did announce his retirement via his Instagram account. So.
Right. Thank you, Kool-Aid. Appreciate that. And thanks to all of you in the chat for helping us with that, because you were on that like a pit bull on a poodle. So we appreciate that, too. Let's get this from Ben Johnson and then Art and Jakes.
This is a good courtroom outfit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Guy had a jacket over top. Although if I wore this with a jacket over top and I was a judge, I was like, boy, he did something. I don't know what he did, but that young man did something.
Hey, don't walk in with buffs on with that too.
Never. If I walk in with buffs, I'm leaving. I don't have it. It's not mine. I promise. It's not mine. That is just baby powder. That's baby powder. Here we go. Corporations, the government, even your insurance company, they will do the best that they can to withhold to minimize their liability and to withhold things from you, like your compensation. Don't let this happen. Make Vin Johnson the very first call that you make. They have been doing it for a very long time at a very high level. He and his team, they'll get you together. They'll get you the money you need, the settlements you need, the verdict that you want. They want all the smoke. Contact Vin today at venfights.com.
Here's the verdict at Art and Jakes. A winner. 2 thumbs up, man. And Michigan and Michigan State are on a collision course. 2 really good basketball teams ready to clash in Go and Michigan and Michigan State are going to duke it out, and we're going to be there. We will be there. Woodward Sports and, of course, Art and Jakes teaming up for the watch party Friday, January 30th at the Art and Jakes in East Lansing. Wolverines heading to the Breslin Center. We want you to wear your maize and blue or your green and white. No matter who you're rooting for, you can always root for good food, great times, good people, and even better beer. Friday night, East Lansing, January 30th, Art and Jakes in East Lansing. Enjoy it, everybody. Look forward to seeing you.
This now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new face, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, he's a ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
To any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com. Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball. You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. With over 50 metropolitan Detroit locations, it's the gym for you. Start your journey here. If you haven't started your journey, start it here, man. We got your back. We got no judgment. That's the judgment-free zone. We have trainers on staff, and then we have the cleanest locker rooms in the business. Come on down, man. Start that journey. Get going. There's no judgment, but there are trainers to get you right. We're all strong on this planet, and that planet is Planet Fitness.
I'll tell you what's right. Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea is right. Folks, it's Thursday. To give yourself a 4-day weekend, shall you? Why not, man? And Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea is there for you. Real vodka, real iced tea, no bubbles, just a clean, crisp sip, and only 100 calories. This season, let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea and, of course, Woodward Sports. And we ask you to please drink responsibly.
And we back.
Booyah with the matching shirts on. What's going on, brother?
We were talking about the Pistons a little bit ago. Just a quick thought. I don't know why my mind went here, but I kept watching Trey Murphy.
Yeah.
17 points last night.
Yeah, 100%.
I kept watching him, and then I'm like, wait a minute. That dude's got 5 turnovers. Didn't like that.
Yeah.
No, it's just one game. I'm not saying it sours me on him, but watching him, and I always picture scouts at the game for the Pistons going, okay, this is what I like about him. There's 5 cough-ups. Not exactly what this team needs.
I mean, he was going against the second best defensive rated team in the NBA, so
you got it.
Definitely.
There's another one of those power stats they give you that really don't vet. It's funny, you brought up the G League and you brought up the Pelicans at the same time. When I was watching that game, I can see why people weren't necessarily buying into what the Pelicans were putting out. Did you see the crowd? It looked like I was watching the Motor City Cruise game. It might be more people at the Motor City Cruise games, especially when Kool-Aid's in the building. Like, that's what it felt like through the TV. I'm like,
hey, when they put that theater lighting on, that's then you know there's a big issue.
Not right? Theater lighting.
Yeah.
It's like they only come to see one person. They're like gazing. They're like, is he gonna play today?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give it to halftime before I go back home.
Hey, and then Zion is skipping out of there after like the second quarter.
Or
during.
What 15 minutes?
Something like
Maybe
that.
he didn't want that smoke.
I saw something. He's played in 47% of the possible games of his NBA career.
Which is too bad because he's a talented player.
What? Super talented.
Yeah.
But it's just that the po' boys and the gumbo and the OF.
Is that it? Okay, there we go.
And you know the OF is the #1 reason.
By the way,
that's OnlyFans.
Just for clarification, I didn't call him the G League. Somebody said that to me last night, okay, or earlier this morning. And I thought, okay, Trey Murphy seems like a player I'd want. Zion Williamson, when healthy, is a player I'd want. Sadiq Bey's had a decent. No, I'm not saying I would take anybody off my team for that. I'm saying he's a guy. He's got talent, right?
Yeah, you could.
Sadiq Bey had what? What did Sadiq Bey have last 20 points last night?
Yeah,
role player.
Yeah, about 10 free throws.
I would be nervous about bringing Zion here because, contrary to popular belief, there are some beautiful women in the state of Michigan, especially the metropolitan area here in Detroit. I would be nervous, man, that he would be sending more of those Zels out. You know what I'm saying? So
I just for clarification, I do not want him here.
Okay.
I was referring to that team not being a G League team when you've got at least those three players. No.
Shep lobbying for Zion.
No, I don't want any of that. No, thank you. No, I don't. That smoke I do not want. Okay, there's no question about that. All right, let's get to. You've got any super chats that we want to make sure we're up on before we start rolling here?
You know what? The people gonna have to get those super chats in there, man.
Nice things.
Okay,
man. Get those super chats in.
Get those super chats.
But they've been very, very active in the chat, though, man. I'm seeing a lot of our people. Gromit is in there. I see Twirt is in there. Rando Smalls, Michael Wary. So you guys, smash that like button. Get those chats in, and we'll definitely read the best ones.
Yeah, always like hearing from you guys. You guys can help steer this ship like you always do, and we always appreciate it. The NFL awards will be right around the corner. And they have come out with the MVP finalists, the Coach of the Year finalist, the Assistant Coach of the Year finalist, the Offensive Player of the Year, the Defensive Player of the Year, the Comeback Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, and the Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm going to take it in
these
descending.
Awards just to have an award show.
Yeah, well, that's fine. You know, I mean,
I like it.
Wear a tux and show up and get free food. As long as that free food is from either Black Rock or Buddies, I'm fine with that. Let's start with something here. Let's start with the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, the Defensive Rookie of the Year is either Abdul Carter, which is kind of interesting considering all the negative feedback we kept hearing about how he was missing meetings and how he wasn't paying attention and he had some growing up to do. Okay,
I think it's a trend. I think we got to make sure he's our number one pick. He didn't play that well this year. He had some spots he played well. He's one of the number one picks last year in top 5. He's one of the number one names, if you will. He's in New York. Let's keep our players. I think the NFL is taking a page out of the NBA's book.
Okay.
NBA is going to make sure you know about their stars. They're going to make sure. They're going to push and push and push until those stars, let them down and they'll go around. But anyway, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Is it, do you think, because you played in New York, is that it takes some getting used to for especially a young player like an Abdul Carter?
No, he came in there thinking he was. I don't think it's New York as much as it's the players that come there and the intention. This goes back to what was the DB name from Ohio State, whose mama was all in the facility when he got there, and it was they cracked jokes about him. Then he went to Cincinnati, got cooked up by the Rams. Then he went to what is his name? It'll hunt me. But anyway, then
who cares?
All right, well, who
Buckeyes?
cares? Anyway, he immediately he went there talking about what I'm gonna do and this is that and the third and I got this and that. He didn't do it. He didn't live up to it. And he got shipped out. And same with Abdul Carter. Yeah, let me get your number, LT. Nah, the hell with you. Let me get your number, Phil Sims.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna come in here and do this. Oh, I'm missing meetings. Oh, I'm missing assignments. That has nothing to do with it.
Not the way you want to start your career by doing that. I loved what some of these veterans have told those guys, and they've said, you know what?
Eli Apple. Sorry.
Oh, good one.
Thank you. Eli Apple. It was like a viral guy.
Excellent.
Eli Apple.
Yeah, yes. Who you're right, coming out of college.
He was legit.
He was the guy.
He's had some moments in the NFL, but how he started kind of became the narrative, and it became the identity. And the moments went from, he's really good at Ohio State, a couple moments here, to every time you see him, he's getting cooked.
I didn't know that about the mom in the facility, so that's where you threw me off a little bit.
She was all in.
Oh, that's bad. All right,
all in the video.
So anyway, so you got these. These are the names. I don't need to go through all of them.
That's only two.
I do. James Pierce, I really liked.
Yeah.
I loved him coming out of college, but Carson Schweisinger was unbelievable for Cleveland this year. Who do you think gets the edge in Defensive Rookie of the Year? I really think it's down to those two guys.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think it's Carson Schwarzenegger. Like when you watch him play, he was physical, he was aggressive, and like he actually led in that second level of defense. He did some things that allowed the guys up front, the big uglies up front, to kind of play. Keep in mind, this is who they chose off the Cleveland Browns for Rookie Defensive Player of the Year. Who'd they draft in the first round?
Mason Graham.
And he still, so it shows you how well he played. I liked Amon-Ra as well. He played well safety for the Seahawks, but Schwarzenegger is the pick. Like Schwarzenegger, I believe, is the pick over James Franklin.
Yeah, sixth in the league.
Pierce.
Sixth in the league in tackles.
That's the pick.
Probably will be a captain next year in year 2 for Cleveland if it continues. All right, let's go.
Defense is not the issue for the Cleveland Browns.
This is true. Could not be a better statement made. Offensive Rookie of the Year. This is interesting because Jackson Dart missed some time. Travion Henderson shared some time. Tyler Shuck took some time to get the starting job. Tet McMillan had too many drops. And Emeka Egbuka kind of, quote-unquote, as far as Tampa people are concerned, disappeared a little bit. So if you're looking strictly from a rookie standpoint, who do you think has the edge? Maybe one or two guys.
I'm going with they're right next to each other. I feel like they're doing it on purpose. Emeka Egbuka was electric early, but he died down for like at the 9-week mark with struggles. He still cracked 1,000. Shout out to him. I think Ohio State does that all the time, with the exception of Marvin Harrison. I think it's Travion Henderson and Tet McMillan.
Okay.
Like even though he dropped passes, like his Panthers got to the final. Got to the playoffs. They made it, stretch run. You look at the games that they had down the line where they needed him. Whether it was the Bucks game where he scored touchdowns, or whether it was the Rams games when they beat the Rams, he scored touchdowns and did all the things necessary. I think Tet McMillan would be Travion Henderson or Tet McMillan.
Okay, so it's going to be either an Arizona Wildcat or an Ohio State Buckeye.
I believe so.
Okay.
Jackson Dart, you missed too many games, and then your team's not good. Tyler Shuck, it looked good down the stretch, if you will, but
he looked really good down the stretch.
He did, but the last 4 games.
What's the sample size?
Am I giving you Rookie of the Year for 4 games?
Exactly.
So I think you would have to go with a consistent flow, and that's Travion Henderson and McMillan.
All right, so pick one, because you've got Schwarzenegger for Cleveland as a defensive rookie. Who do you got here for offensive rookie?
Man, Travion Henderson was really good. Ramondre was out even when he came back, but he's kind of give me Tet.
It's tough.
Let me get a receiver.
Okay.
I go Tet McMillan.
Okay, I'm going to go Travion Henderson. I think he wins it. I think it does help that New England was as successful as they were. Yeah. So I'll predict that one. Okay. All right, let's get to. I like having the debates there. Yeah. Comeback Player of the Year. The comeback player of the year is between Dak Prescott,
he's a two-list,
Christian McCaffrey, Trevor Lawrence, Aiden Hutchinson, and Stephon Diggs. All very worthy of the discussion. The question is, who do you think wins it?
This is easy, realistically.
I think I know who you're saying.
This is easy. I'll tell you. Like Stephon Diggs, I guess it's comeback player of the year, so it doesn't necessarily matter how good you were on your team and what you rank. Stephon Diggs had a really good year. Like, he was definitely a consistent stalwart from a young quarterback. And Drake made. Aiden Hutchinson had 14.5 sacks. He had a pick. He had some games where he helped out, close out a game against the New York Giants. So we get that. Played well. Trevor Lawrence, he's in the MVP. I don't understand that because there's no Sam Darnold in the MVP. I feel like if you're going to put Trevor Lawrence in the MVP category, then you have to put Sam Darnold just for semantics. That could be a good one. I think it's between Trevor and Christian. I'm going to go Christian.
Wow, you surprised me on who it's between. You didn't surprise me that it's Christian McCaffrey.
It's Christian McCaffrey.
Okay. I think I would say it's between Aiden Hutchinson and Christian McCaffrey, not because I'm Homer.
Right.
Broken leg stands out. When you break a leg and you come back and you have 14.5 sacks, to me, and I think of you often because he's in a lot of commercials. I wonder how much the NFL pushes that forward. Christian McCaffrey's in some commercials too. But I think it's between those two guys. I think you're right. I think it's Christian McCaffrey. I think he's going to win it. But I think the deep down inside, Hutchinson will finish second. That's a good one. All right. Let's get to go ahead.
They may give him the win. Like, the league loves Aiden Hutchinson.
I know.
They love him. So he may get the win, and I'm not saying he's not deserving. Like, Christian McCaffrey, for what I saw him do for that franchise that was down player after player after player after player after player, he just showed up. He showed up whether it was in the block, whether it was blocking, whether it was on the field, adjustments. I even saw him throw some passes this year.
Do you think it helps him that his team made the playoffs and they were so decimated by injuries that he was almost that last guy standing?
I think what helps him is every time you turned on San Francisco, or whether it was forced down your throat, Christian McCaffrey is the guy you saw. Like every time the 49ers are on, it's McCaffrey in the end zone, McCaffrey with the catch, McCaffrey with the block. Whether it's highlights, if it's a 49er highlight, you guessed it, it's going to be Christian McCaffrey. We saw that for 18 weeks, including the playoffs. Yeah. So like when you look at it, he made the playoffs. But for 18 weeks, I saw him for 18 weeks. I didn't see him week 1, and then week 4, and then week 7, and then week 8, and then week 12. Like I saw him for 18 weeks.
He was the topic of discussion every single time San Francisco was on television. And I know sometimes people don't think that's that big of a deal. Trust us, both of us have done games on TV. Producers, directors, talent get behind a closed door meeting and have these conference calls and these production meetings. And what's the storyline? You and I would have gone into every San Francisco game and said, "Here's the storyline: Christian McCaffrey.
Stop him."
So I hear what you're saying. So I would agree with you. I think it's going to be Christian McCaffrey.
Dak Prescott. I'm not mad he made the list.
I'm not either.
I'm not mad he made the list.
Yeah, look, I know how people feel about him. I get it.
I feel that way too until I saw last year. Last year was the first year where Dak looked like a different player to me.
Yeah.
Like he looked like he was in control of the scene. Don't get me wrong, he had some Dak moments, but you're going to be authentic to who you are. But he looked like he was in control of the offense. He was in control of the decision-making he wanted to make. And he looked like he wasn't relying on the same things. If it's not there, then go down. Like he got out of pocket a little bit. He made some plays on his feet this year. I think he took a step for what this Cowboys team is trying to be moving forward. I don't mind that he's the guy leading that team, at least for now.
Yeah, he also stayed healthy, which has been a problem for him in the past.
He came in shape, and that's how it starts. We talk about taking care of your body. Like Dak Prescott, he dropped the sleeve, well, at least one sleeve. He showed you that he had a little tone in there. There were some veins in the muscle. He lost weight. He looked more mobile this year, looked slightly faster. Like that means he's taking it serious. That means when he was in this offseason, he was like, look, I don't want to be baby fat anymore. I don't want to be going out there and getting sacked. I don't want to go out there and get caught from behind where I can maybe get you that 3rd and 4 with my legs. Now I'm getting tackled and it's 4th and 2. Like, he took it seriously in the offseason, so kudos to him.
Yeah, 3rd in yardage this year in terms of passing yardage for Dak Prescott.
And didn't have CeeDee Lamb for 5 of those games?
Yeah, I don't know if it was 5, but for a good handful. He was also 5th in touchdown passes. So I have no problem with it either. But every time I see Dallas or some type of Dallas documentary, whether it be in Hard Knocks during the season, that's what they did. They followed the NFC East. I can't help but think of a lot of things that you have said about him, and I'm trying to figure out whether it's authentic or not. I try to give the player the benefit of the doubt, but sometimes when you watch it and you're like, okay, he is pretty close to the coach. He is a little coach-esque, and it kind of gets to me a little bit.
It just always is interesting when you see quarterbacks that aren't really necessarily, and they don't show it a lot, so maybe I don't know what I don't know, but when they're not close to their guys on their side, like I don't see guys hanging out with Dak or guys with Dak in the offseason or guys talking to him on the sidelines, like guys, and you don't see it. It's Dak. And it's Dak and the coach, or it's Dak and Jerry Jones, or Dak and commercial.
Yeah.
Or the media.
And people recognize that. I mean, players especially.
It reminds you of another individual. Now, I'm not saying Dak's that guy, but it reminds you of Seattle and Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Like whenever you saw that, it wasn't Russ with the Legion of Boom. It wasn't Russ with Pete. It was Russ with Schneider. It was Russ with the pastor. Like that's what Russ was doing. So,
Defensive Player of the Year.
You don't even need to put that one up there.
This will be. I don't think it'll be that difficult, but I love the group of players that they have. The Defensive Player of the Year, the finalists, are, of course, Myles Garrett, who set the record for most sacks. Micah Parsons, injured, so probably excludes him. Will Anderson Jr., outstanding player for Houston, doesn't get nearly enough love. Aiden Hutchinson and Nick Bonito. Isn't that an interesting mix there?
I'm trying to pull one up because we don't have it.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, Will Anderson Jr., Aiden Hutchinson, and Nick Bonito. Give me the 2 finalists in your
Aiden is in there?
Aiden is in there.
Give me a break. I go Bonito. I go Benito, and obviously who's going to win is Miles. But Benito probably be the other one for me in terms of what that defense was this year in terms of the sacks. I think they broke the sack record, if you will. Their defense was dominant all year long. They didn't have the number one player in the league as raised the defense, Patrick Surtain, and it didn't matter. Obviously he had really good defense. Everybody played along that, but he was just lights out and allows a guy in Bo Nix who – not that high on Bo Nix, but that's why I can't wait till we get to the conversation about the playoffs this week. But when you got a guy like Bo Nix, he allowed them to have more opportunities to do more things on offense, more possessions.
I'm going to go Myles Garrett, obviously, who not just led the league and set a record in sacks, so that qualifies for sure, but also led the league in tackles for loss.
I think he's going Micah.
Which is, I think, is pretty important. I will say Will Anderson Jr. second. 12 sacks, was fourth in the league in tackles for loss. An absolute pocket and offensive wrecker, and I'm going to go with him as number 2.
Is that playoff bias? Because if it's not,
no, that is a personal bias. Who I loved him in Alabama. I wanted him to be a Lion. I'm glad you asked that question because I can be biased too.
I like him too, but I think Benito is.
I love him.
What did he have finished? It was 15 sacks.
Benito, I didn't think he was quite that high. I could be wrong. I'm trying to think. Obviously Garrett, everybody knows that. Burns was next. Daniil Hunter actually led Houston in sacks.
That's what I was going to say. Like, he's got more sacks than Will Anderson. But to your point,
he does.
Probably because they're loading up on that side. They're loading up on Will Anderson, allowing him to get some of that.
Yeah, but I would say
can play.
I think it was week 2 or week 3 where you said he's probably one of the most underrated defensive players in the league, and I think you're right about that. Aiden Hutchinson was 4th in the league in sacks.
Yeah.
He was, according to, I know, I'm going to wait for the look, Pro Football Focus, he was number 1 in pressures. Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to say it.
But you're right. But that's the reason he's part of it.
Yeah,
okay? So I just wanted to clarify that. I think he belongs in the conversation. I don't think he's going to come close to winning it. All right?
Yeah, this is what this is called. This is the setup for next year and the year after that. Is we got to get him in there. So once we see him in the category, once we see him in the conversation, now if he goes out there and has another 14.5 next year and they squeak into the playoffs, like now you're looking at him to be 1 or 2, depending on what Garrett does.
Okay.
This gets you in the conversation.
I will buy that.
No Hendrickson, no TJ Watt. We need the new guy. And the new guy had 14.5 sacks off a broken leg, so he deserves to be there.
Yeah, I'm in 100% agreement with that. Could you say the same thing for Will Anderson? Because last year he had 11 sacks.
Number 1 defense in the league.
Yeah,
100%. It's like, hey, look.
He's their best player. Yeah. Will Anderson is Houston's best player.
He was the best player in his draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the reason he was the 3rd overall pick, just like you. Let's get the Offensive Player of the Year, all right? The Offensive Player of the Year is between Drake May, Christian McCaffrey, who I believe is the only player ever to be Offensive Player of the Year finalist, MVP finalist, and Comeback Player of the Year finalist. He's the only player in history to do all 3. All right? Puka Nacua, Bijan Robinson, or Jackson Smith and Jigba. This is probably the most difficult one to try and gauge on 1 and 2. Love all those players. Little surprised that Drake May's in there considering he too is in the MVP and people think it's really between him and Stafford. But go ahead, give it a shot.
I don't think it's as difficult. Like, I think Jackson Smith and Jigba had an amazing year.
Yeah.
Had an amazing year, but he's not going to finish. I don't think he's going to finish 1, and I don't think Drake May should finish 1. I think he had a really good year too, but I don't think he should finish 1 either. It's against one of the guys, went over 2,100 yards from scrimmage.
Yep.
One of the guys just proves every single, you know where I'm going, every single game, Puka can do all the things. He didn't do much last game, but it's still Puka Nacua. And then Christian McCaffrey, same conversation I just had as it relates to the Comeback Player of the Year. So this one, I think this one is like who goes the furthest. So I think this one would be like that Puka might win this one.
I think it's Bijan.
He's the one I would vote for. I'm telling you who I believe is going to win, Puka.
Yeah, okay.
Like, Puka's still in the playoffs, and Puka has been doing this for a long time. Bijan should win, though.
Yeah, I hope he does. I think he's phenomenal. I think he's the best back in football. I've said that for 2 years. I know it's controversial because of how people feel about Jahmyr Gibbs, and I respect that. I think Puka Nacua is the best wide receiver in football. But if you had to go between the two, I think Atlanta relied on Robinson more than the Rams relied on Nacua. And maybe that's the wrong way to look at it.
I mean, I guess he didn't even lead his team in terms of touchdowns. That would be Devontae Adams, although
Correct.
a lot of those were based on Puka Nacua getting them in the red zone. Yeah, to your point, it's a tough one, man.
Yeah, I think it's really difficult. All right, we got 3 more to get to. We will do that after a quick timeout, and a little bit later on, Braylon's thoughts on some ridiculous verbiage coming from one team that was eliminated last weekend. But first, this from Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning and Jack's Car Wash. Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning want to keep you warm. They're not going to snuggle with you. They're not going to put on a blanket and give you a little, a little warm peck on the cheek. They just want to make sure your house is all nice and warm. 40 years reliable service, treating customers like family, and they've got that fast, dependable emergency service, sort of like this sound mix underneath this commercial. Sharon's has got you covered, man. They are quick, they're efficient, they are experts at what they do in reliable service and making sure your home is running, that heating system is running to the right efficiency all season long. Go to their website, SharonsHeating.com, or call them today, 734-238-3805, and tell them the Braylon Edwards Show sent you.
Woodward Sports and Jack's Car Wash are partnered up to hook you up with a free car wash. So pay attention. Text WSN to 888-522-1729 and enjoy top-tier service and free vacuums. My car actually is at Jack's Car Wash right now. I'm telling you, man, the best car wash in the state. Free vacuums, free compressed air. They got all the things to get your car spick and span and looking brand spanking new. Go to www.jackscarwash.com.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi experts, Woodward Sports.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, he's an ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero, icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
To any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shepard Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Look Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep,
Do you believe this comeback?
your favorite sports commentator, as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before.
It's game on at Art & Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art & Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
If you are looking to take your relaxation to the next level, then look no further than Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills. It is the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest, and it features top brands like Infinity and Osaki. This is your destination for premium comfort and cutting-edge wellness technology. And I can tell you, I have experienced the difference that Dr. Eric Duncan wants you to experience. He is the wellness doc and creator of the #1 YouTube channel for massage chair reviews at The Wellness Doc. Now, I've sat in that chair. I'm telling you, it can take all your stress away. It can save you definitely a little bit of money from going to even some of those spots in the mall where you get the little massages and everything. This massage chair got you covered. I'm telling you, man. So look, if you want, book your visit today at massagechairhouse.com or simply scan the QR code on the screen right now. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
And the Red Wings are playing tonight on a back-to-back in Minnesota. You can place any bet up to $1,000. If you lose, you get that bet back. All you got to do is scan the QR code, enter the code Woodward1000. And if your first bet doesn't hit, you'll get your deposit back up to $1,000 back. That's right, one whole stack. Minimum bet, $20. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app today, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use code Woodward1000 or scan the QR code on the screen.
And we back.
Quick question for you. How does a team win you back after they've lost you? So quick thought is, the Knicks last night, they blow out Brooklyn by 54. It's the largest win in franchise history, okay, in a regular season game. Remember, they were booed before that when they lost to Dallas at home. Not that they're cured. Do people say, you know what, good for them, way to go? Or do people look at it and say, you know what, you beat a really bad team? I don't think they show you anything in that. All they do is calm your fears for a day. Not that I care about that team. I care about our team more than anything else, and we care about our teammates. Braylon, let's get back to some of that. Was just a thought, something that pops in my head. Sometimes I have a tendency to just start talking about that. We got 3 more things that I want to get to, and then we got some video that we want to show people. And this show is flying by as usual. Assistant Coach of the Year. The National Football League has announced their finalists for the various awards, postseason awards. This is all based on regular season, by the way. Okay, that's what you're supposed to vote on.
Yeah.
Assistant Coach of the Year: Brian Flores, Clint Kubiak. Okay, Brian Flores, defensive coordinator from Minnesota. By the way, He says he's coming back to Minnesota if he doesn't get a head coaching job.
He got an extension already, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Clint Kubiak, offensive mind for Seattle. Vic Fangio, Philadelphia, defense. Josh McDaniels, offensive coordinator for New England. And Vance Joseph, the DC in Denver. I think this is down to 2 guys. And they're both defensive coordinators. And they're both in the NFC. The question is, who do you think it's down to and who wins? I'm sorry, one's in the AFC and one's in the NFC. I threw you off there. I apologize.
There we go. McDaniels is one of them?
No.
Oh.
I think it's Brian Flores. Yeah, and I think it's Vance Joseph. Brian Flores.
They're both defensive coordinators.
Correct. Yeah,
I got you.
Yep.
I think it's down to Brian Flores and what he did, and the Josh McDaniels actually.
Oh, okay.
I think he legitimately has a second-year quarterback in the MVP race right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, look what that offense is, and you said that TreVeyon Henderson should win Rookie Offensive Player of the Year. He also plays for the New England Patriots offense.
Yep.
So I'm just looking at what that system is, and their favorite 5.5. I don't think I actually don't even think they're going to win, but I would go with Josh McDaniels, which is the first time you've ever heard me say that about anything.
Yeah.
Over Brian Flores.
Wow. Okay. I guess I look at Denver, I look at Vance Joseph, and I think the reason Denver is where they are is primarily because of their defense. That's not a knock on Bo Nix, but all season long, that's what we've heard about.
Yeah.
Brian Flores' defense in Minnesota, and Denver's number 3 in scoring defense.
This
all right.
is true.
Minnesota is in that mix too. They're among the better teams. Maybe not as much as scoring, but as you always tell us, it can be very misleading because the offense could have struggled a little bit. Minnesota in yards per game against is 3rd. So I think those two guys should be in that conversation. I think Vance Joseph should win it. We'll see who does win it. You're probably right. It's probably between Josh McDaniels and fill in the blank. All right, speaking of coaches of the year, how about...
I feel like I disrespected Vance Joseph in that. It's tough what he's doing right there because I don't like Bo Nix. I think he's an average quarterback, and that's why I don't really think that it's going to be that big of a deal that he's not playing in this game. I think Bo Nix is probably just above average as a quarterback. At least right now, it's getting better, but he's just above average.
Okay.
So that gives you what, maybe a point, gives you a point or two, and then you put Stidham in there, you lose 3 points maybe, so you're sitting at 4 as opposed to 5.5 like they predicted. But yeah, anyway.
I guess the knock on Vance Joseph is he has the reigning defensive player of the year in Patrick Surtain.
He missed how many games?
I think he missed 2 or 3.
No,
right? No, more than that. More than that. Okay,
He missed at least 6.
At least 6. Okay, I'll have to look that up. They did acquire Drake Greenlaw, which helped them. Nick Bonito had a hell of a year, but Zach Allen had a hell of a year too. So how much of that is on the coach? How much of that is on the player? How much of that is on the scheme? I'm not sure how all of that works. I just know that, I think he's done a hell of a job, and I think that's a team that is there primarily because of their defense. And Patrick Surtain missed 3 games.
3.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the coach of the year. Ben Johnson of the Bears, Liam Cohen of Jacksonville, Mike McDonald, Seattle, Kyle Shanahan, San Francisco, Mike Vrabel. I had this except for Mike McDonald. I had all these guys as part of the finalists for Coach of the Year.
Hold on. You didn't have Mike McDaniel?
Mike McDonald?
Excuse me.
I did not. I
He's
thought
got the best record in football.
He does. You're right. No, and he's done it with Sam Darnold, right? And he's done it with a hell of a defense, and I would guess he's primarily in charge of that defense, even though he's got a DC. I looked at the improvements of all the others and what Kyle Shanahan had to go through. I don't really think this is close, but my guess is it's going to be close. I said before the year it'd be Mike Vrabel. I think it's Mike Vrabel still. I think he's solidified that. Who do you think it is?
I don't even like picking because it's not like it makes no sense. Like, because you can make an argument for everybody. Anybody I throw up there, you can be like, well, it couldn't be him because of this guy did this.
Sure.
Well, it couldn't be that guy. So because you said McDonald doesn't even belong on there.
No, I said I didn't have him. I said I didn't have him.
That means you didn't think he belonged on there.
Well, I had 4 guys. Right. The other 4 guys, I didn't pick 5. This was about mid-season. I did not have Mike McDonald. If you said you thought Mike McDonald earned it, I would have no problem with that. I don't think any of these guys I would have a problem with if they were named Coach of the Year. I just think it's going to be Vrabel, and I think it should be.
Like, the Bears were a dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm. They were. So was Jacksonville.
That was where I was going to go next. Like, they were dumpster fires.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Kyle Shanahan, what he did to that team with all the injuries. Right. We're a team that complains about, everybody getting injured. Not San Fran. He made it happen. Mike Vrabel, he goes there. They weren't good last year. And now they've won, 12, 13, 14 games now. So.
Yeah. They were 4-13. They literally turned it around. And then some. Better than that. It's tough, isn't it? This is a tough one.
The Jaguars still feel like the Jaguars, though. Like that.
Do they?
Yes. It got popped in the next round.
Yeah.
Give me Ben Johnson or Mike Vrabel.
How much will that and you're right. I mean, look, Liam Cohen, 4-13. He inherited a team that was 4-13. Now they were 13-4. How much will it piss Lions fans off if Ben Johnson wins that award?
Lions fans got to get to a point where, like, nothing about Ben Johnson pisses him off, except for if he beats your team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to, like, if he wins this award, he didn't do anything. What? Yeah. So, Lions would be pissed. they'll be mad. They'll find reasons. Oh, he's terrible. He's not really that good of a coach. What he did wasn't that good. Eberflus could have done it. Could he? I don't know.
All right, let's get to the final
Give
one.
me Ben Johnson and Mike Vrabel. I'm going with Ben Johnson.
Okay, sounds good. That's not surprising. Let's go to the MVP. This is the one that I really want to
Not
hear
surprising. Who you thought I was going to take?
from. No, it's not surprising that those are the final two. The MVP, Matthew Stafford, Christian McCaffrey, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen.
Stafford.
Wow, that was quick.
Dang, no hesitation.
I'm Matt Stafford. Because I was doing it like, well, let me get this guy and this coach, and this guy could be comeback player of the year. It's Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford, his team is, they didn't necessarily secure the number 1 seed, but what he did as a quarterback all season long from start to finish, he played the best of any quarterback in the league. And this is a quarterback award, apparently. Give me Matt Stafford.
Sure looks like it. Yeah.
And he played some trying games. He played in the toughest division. Last time I checked, they're the number 1 division, the NFC West. They had 2 teams with 13 or more, 1 team with 12 wins. And they did well in that division. And now they're in it. Man, I guess it doesn't matter now. He's an older quarterback making it happen, slinging the rock, 40-plus touchdowns. He didn't throw a ton of interceptions, and he made his team better. He did his thing.
All right. I'm not going to disagree with you.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to Stafford or Drake May. That's not revolutionary. I think a lot of people expect that, and I would expect Stafford to win it too. All right, good stuff. I appreciate that. Those are the finals for the NFL awards.
Yeah.
Speaking of football, let's stick with it because you've got some cool video of when you played a little bit on some things that you've recognized maybe from the postseason standpoint and how it relates to what you were doing.
Nah, I didn't notice anything about the postseason. This is just some plays when I was playing in this round.
Yeah, this round. That's what I'm saying. This playoff round.
Yeah.
So I want to see some of that. You want to take a break and then check it out, or you
I
want to
need
do
batteries.
it right now?
If I'm standing up, then we need batteries. If not, then I can sit here and do it.
All right, we always want you to stand up. 'Cause
Okay.
Everybody wants to see the attire. So why don't we take a quick timeout? When we come back, some good video, some cool video of when Braylon was playing in postseason action.
In the AFC, in the conference finals round.
In the AFC championship round, all right? But first, the reason he was able to do that and the reason he's able to do a lot of things today, Dr. Jeffrey Pierce, trying to keep him as healthy as he possibly can.
I brag about the guy because I love him. He knows what the heck he's talking about. He is our injury insider, and he is Dr. Jeff S. Pierce. Call him at 248-426-9944. I'm telling you, anything that you have, I went in there just because I had some tightness in my biceps/pectoral muscle, got diagnosed. I got the physical treatment that I needed and made an appointment for next week to finish up. They just get it right. They understand the Michigan Sports and Spine. He has a great crew and a great staff on deck for you. And also listen to him, man. You listen to him on Big D Energy on Tuesdays, and you will hear him tomorrow on the Braylon Network Show with Shepard, where he gives us all the advice, all the knowledge about all the guys that are injured and how it affects your team.
Buddy's Pizza is celebrating how many years? 80. 80 years of the original Detroit style pizza. And that is a power stat, no doubt. Grateful for you to be the hometown favorite, for sure. Follow their social media channel and join their rewards program and see what they've got planned for 2026. Add some Detroit style to your next event at Buddy's Catering. The menu is packed with such good food, fan favorites, award-winning pizza, signature salads, home-style pastas, a hell of a lot more. Save 20% on your next catering order of $200 or more when you order with this promo code. You ready? Woodward20. That is Woodward20. Visit buddiespizza.com/catering and check out all the deals they've got for you.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, you know, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
How do you think you won? You got
This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients.
Yo, testing, 1, 2.
And to make the lives of real people just like you. Again. Thenfights.com.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, it's an ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill sub-zero, icy and true. Feel the chill, it's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill sub-zero.
Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep,
Do you believe this comeback?
your favorite sports commentator, as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasta salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
All right.
In your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
The Woodward heavyweights are headed to Black Rock Bar and Grill in Davidson. Black Rock Food Review on Wednesday, January 28th, 5 to 7. There will be a special guest, and that is Darren McCarty, D-Mac, previewing his new Enforcer cut 25-ounce ribeye steak. If you want to get one of these, how about you do this? How about you text in hashtag BR Enforcer cut with your picture of the steak and hashtag giveaway. You enter yourself into it with a chance to win a signed D-Mac jersey as well as tickets to LCA. I tell you, this is the great deal. It will be on the 31st, but the 28th, that's when you'll find out. Tune in, Black Rock Bar and Grill, still a place that sizzles above the rest.
And we back.
All right, and we back. Welcome back into the Braylon Show. Shep has disappeared, but you still see his hands on the screen, so he's still lurking. You know, see the hands. Got the hands to color right. One of my favorite favorite things that ever happened in my life is playing NFL, and one of the best things about playing NFL, you get an opportunity to go into playoff. Made it to the playoffs with the Jets, and man, was it a time. I still remember going to my first playoff after coming from the Cleveland Browns. You know, Cleveland doesn't do well in the playoffs. In fact, Cleveland doesn't make the playoffs. So when I get traded mid-season, 2009, go to the Jets, we were 3-1, finish the season. We get into the playoffs. We had to go to Cincinnati, play the Bengals, who we had just beat in New York at the Meadowlands Shep, to get into the playoffs, to play the Bengals. We beat the Bengals, and I remember calling my agent on the phone. I remember saying, hey, yo, Ben, I appreciate you. See, he got me out of the hellhole that was Cleveland. He got me to the Jets, and he got me a playoff win all in the same year. So I told him thank you, and it was a very emotional moment. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the plays that have happened in the AFC Championship round. And we got video footage to prove it. Now, it's a little grainy, it's a little older, but bear with me. This is the first one. All right, hit pause on this before we hit play. This is how we set them up on this. We played the Indianapolis Colts, who this game was against. This is the 2009-2010 season. This is January 2010. We played them the last game of the season, second to last game of the season, and we ran a 2-point conversion. We ran this play. This is a show run pass. It's a 48-dive power pass. Fake the action on the run. Quarterback takes the throw if the throw is there. If they play a zone coverage, you hand the ball off to the running back. When we did it in the regular season, Shep, we ran it as a 2-point conversion. We threw the slant. I caught the slant. Touchdown, right? 2-point conversion. 2-point conversion, good. Ran it. This is when we ran the AFC Championship, probably 4 weeks later. 3.5, 4 weeks later. We run the same action, except for we added a little nuance to it. They were waiting for this play, and look what happened to him. Mark Sanchez said, Hut, watch the play. See the action? All right, we get the action from J-Co. It's a hell of a coach right now, Jericho Cotry. Boom, brings up, run the slant. Now, run it back real quick. Let me talk about what Mark did on this play, and then we'll get to me on the back copy.
Pump and go?
It's a pump, but watch how good he is. This guy coming off this edge, ladies and gentlemen, he's no slouch. That is none other than Dwight Freeney, or is that right? No, it's Dwight Freeney. Yeah. Dwight Freeney, I think he's in the Hall of Fame. If he's not, he should be. Look at the move. Let's just rewind that again. Rewind that again.
Is that the Brickashaw Ferguson?
Yeah, that is the Brickashaw Ferguson. Like, look, this is Brickashaw Ferguson. Watch the move, the spin on top of Brick on. I got crazy. Here we go. I set it up. Set it up like a slant. Oh! It wasn't a slant, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't a slant, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, by the way, when the ball gets caught, do me a favor. Go back to the original copy. Go back to the front copy. And then got the end zone. Kool-Aid, I got the end zone. I did to Martin.
He also dropped the ball, but he crossed the goal line first.
Barely. I was crossed, but I set him up. He bit on the slant. He knows we're running something short. Look at it. Up. Not going to be a slant this time. Wait. I'm looking quick. So technically, you're not supposed to look that quick, but I know Mark's trying to get the ball out quick.
Yeah.
Like, Mark's not going to sit there and throw the ball out there to where I'm running underneath it. Mark told me. He said it's going to be a pump. It's a sluggo, but hey, as soon as I pump it, I'm going to get it out, so be looking for it.
So when you say you're not supposed to look that quick, when are you supposed to look?
Shoot. Usually on fade routes, go ball, special routes
you're
like
looking
this.
now.
I look now because I know it's coming. You're supposed to look about 30 yards, 30 to 35 yards downfield.
Okay, good.
30, 35.
Good.
The rest is history, touchdown. That was before the half. We lose this game, unfortunately, even though we were leading at the half. All right, next play. Damn, I can't believe we lost this game. Now this one, hit pause. I talk about this game a lot, and I talked about the game before this a lot. 3rd and 5, 39 seconds left in the second half. This is the semifinal round, not the AFC Championship, semifinal round. We beat the Patriots game 1. Mm-hmm. They beat us 49-3 in game 2. And this is the rubber match, as we say for all my WWE fans out there. This is the rubber match, or boxing fans.
So this is second quarter.
This is second quarter, right before the half. We're up 4. Slant routes, 3rd and 5. Trying to get him on, trying to keep the momentum going.
Oh,
Except this is just, I gotta have it. Look at this. This is just I wanted
He's
more.
just tugging them along.
This is just I wanted more than you. I'm mad at Dustin Keller for hating on my celebration. I wasn't kind of through with my whole rock. I was doing like a cane type deal, the big red machine. But this is it. Mark puts the ball on me like you should. Caught it.
Yeah, 3-step drop, and then you lose it. What made you spin outside when you felt? I don't know if that was McCourty or who.
That's McCourty. McCourty's. I told you McCourty's not that good, man. But anyway. McCourty's leverage was inside me. Good. So I could feel him when I ran the route, and I'm running here. I could feel him as a DB. He got inside a little bit faster than me, hence why I turned my body. Yeah. So when I turn my body and let me get out the way. When I turn my body and make the catch, I know that I'm pulling away from him this way, so that means go this way.
Gotcha.
That means turn and go.
Because if you go inside, you're running into the safety. I mean, you run over the safety.
I'm running.
Anyway,
he'll tackle me. Realistically, like if I'll run into the safety linebacker, and maybe he'll even tackle me. Yeah. But kind of going the opposite way, or going the way I was. Boom. My momentum carried me that way.
Love that. That's a great one, man. I mean, tugging two grown men past the goal line 4 or 5 yards is sweet.
Good thing about I don't have the play before this. There was another play. They always call David Tyree the helmet catch. I had a helmet catch in this game for about 20 yards. Mark just was pointing. He said, just go over there. Go over there. He throws it, catch it on my helmet, and set us up, and then we get this touchdown. So now as opposed to going in 10-3, we go into the locker room 14-3. Remember the conversation I told you about the Colts game? How we were up 3, and we went in up 3. So this is a play. You always got to be ready. You always got to be ready. You got to be ready to make a play.
Is this just out of curiosity?
Look at the protection up front. Shout out to Nick Mango.
Let me ask the question here.
Yeah.
Is that a read by you and Mark? Depending on what McCourty is doing to you, could you have done a slant and go, even though it's a short field?
That's a slant.
Or is it always the slant? Okay.
On this particular play, it's just a
slant.
You
got to get inside McCourty, don't you?
Yeah, because this is a single high. It's a single
safety high.
One coverage, cover one. Like the slant's on. I wish we had the option because I'm always love fade.
Yeah, I just thought maybe, you've got him beat either way. I'm just wondering if that's a look, depending on where he is on you. If you go fade, he throws to the pylon, you go get it. Bigger, stronger, faster wins.
I still would have mossed little Devin McCourty. Like, it wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't have been hard. But shout out to Brian Schottenheimer, which I never say. So that's a rare occurrence. You won't hear it again. I promise you that. You've heard it twice this season, and one of them happens to be about a play that I was in. But the reason why he didn't call the go route is because he know they were looking for it. Because if you see McCourty shaded outside.
Yeah.
He's shaded outside. Your safety's kind of giving a look. If he sees me go out this way, safety might. You see how safety doesn't go that way?
Yeah.
Because he sees shade. So that's what he saw. It was open. The slant route was there. Trying to get a first down, move the chains, and then score. But this happens to be all in one.
Yeah, it's interesting. The safety literally takes 3 steps to his right, outside the hash. That gives you a little bit more of an advantage.
One of the things
that's a really good highlight.
One of the things I did on my slant route, which sometimes it doesn't work and it's not necessarily a good thing, but when it does, it does. I'm a one-step, hard over exaggerated slant guy, but I know how to exaggerate and still stay in phase to where I'm supposed to be. So a lot of times you'll see guys run the slant. It's like 1, 2. Plant, or they're selling. Let me go 2 and then plant. Me, I'm gonna make you believe that I'm running this slant route. I'm committing on this one step.
On the very first step.
And when I commit, it catches guys off guard. And they're like, and when they turn, I'm now able to come in the window a little friendly like this. I don't have to run 3 steps. Yeah. So touchdown. This is a big one, man.
Yeah,
this
is a
big one.
I love the physicality. I mean, take advantage. This is the thing that has bothered me, about some of the discussion about Drew Petzing, for example. Yeah. There's a really good article in the Free Press about it. You got to take advantage of your personnel.
Yeah.
I got a big, strong wide receiver. I'm going to let him beat up the cornerback. All this stuff about football, it's not just about beating up guys in the trenches or linebackers on running backs.
Yeah.
If you got a big wide receiver, let him go beat up on the smaller cornerback, and that's what they did there.
I enjoyed it too. Yeah. Especially you gotta have guys that enjoy it and appreciate it.
Use those skill sets.
You gotta use it.
Right.
So this play right here, it's 19 seconds left before the catch. Hit play. And Paul, let's see where we at.
You're down 2 with 19 seconds to go in the fourth.
Trying to get the start of the play. This is the end.
What's it doing?
Oh, that's the end of the play.
It's the end of the play. All right, here we go. Pause it. Perfect. So the play before this, like 2 plays before this on third down, I get the first down.
Okay.
I get the first down, fumble, pick up my fumble. They stopped the game, paused the game, went to the instant replay booth to make sure the catch was good. So at the time we're chilling. I'm winking at the Jumbotron. Like I'm winking at the Jumbotron because I know I caught it, I know I recovered it, and I know we got the game in the bag. So this is boom. They come back, they say catch good. Fast forward, we run the ball on first down, we get 2 yards. Now it's 2nd and 8. We ran this play early. It is a fade route, same thing. Guy, if it's press coverage, you convert. It's a hitch route. If it's press coverage, you convert it to a fade. I converted it. I'm throwing my hand wide open.
On the fade.
Wide open. We don't throw it. We don't get it. I come back. I tell Rex. I said, run that play again. I said, call the hitch again. It's the first time I've been that vocal in my life. I said, run the hitch again. It's going to be press. I'm going to run the fade. We're going to walk off the field with a touchdown. Because I'm going to kill Lacey. He's not that good.
So you're telling this to Rex. You're not telling it to Mark.
Well, I'm talking to Rex because Rex is going to call the play.
Gotcha.
I've already told Mark.
I got you.
Because I cussed him out for not throwing it to me last time.
Gotcha.
So now I'm telling Rex, hey, look, make your quarterback help himself out. Here we go. Hit play on this. I'm going to show you the play, too, that I'm talking about. All right, here we go. They line it up, run it back. You can see my stance. I'm excited. He knows it, too.
It's over.
Yeah, he knows it, too.
Roadkill.
30, 33. Let's see. Yep. Nah, I just went this time. Mark throws it. Played much better defense this time. It's a good throw by Mark. Stop, set. This is called location, man. Not location, but a high point in the football. So receivers don't necessarily do as much now. Is that high pointing? I knew from jump it was going to be a high ball. I'm jumping over him. I'm going to catch it, so I'm ready to go. He threw the ball. I was able to make that play, catch it, get 2 feet in. Should have stopped the clock, but they didn't. It's crazy. But, yeah, man, this is AFC Championship.
Is that a back shoulder throw?
This is a back shoulder.
Okay.
100%.
So if you had him beat, I'm just trying to learn here. Why is he not going deep to let you run under it for 6?
He squoze me a little bit to the sideline.
Okay.
So, like, when you run those plays, you saw the one, the slug off. It was right. You want 4 yards from the sideline. Okay. That gives quarterback the opportunity to drop it in the bucket, let you make some plays, get your feet in bounds. I didn't necessarily give him a lot of room on this throw. Because it was so open the last time, I'm now rushing it. I'm excited to get to it. And then we go on to the next game, which would have been the Patriots. We beat them. And then we go on to the next game was the Steelers. We didn't beat them.
Yeah, AFC Championship.
They weren't that good, but I digress.
They were good enough.
You know, this is kind of like the Pistons talking about the Knicks last year.
Yeah.
Like, we were better than them.
Yeah.
They won. We were better than the Steelers, but they won.
Both teams have legitimate reasons for feeling that way.
Because you're there.
Yeah.
Like, if you're we're down to the left.
Seattle and San Francisco.
Run those highlights. We'll finish it up. All right, let's see what we got here. Now, one of these teams is no longer in the playoffs. That was actually a false start, too. It should have been called, but it was not on the wide receiver. What do we have going on? It's good protection for a team that was decimated by injuries. Good protection. Brock Purdy has a ton of time. He could have done something with it. What are we going to do?
Throw a pick.
So, the good thing about this play, because obviously it's like, well, he had all that time. He threw an interception. That's not really on the Seahawks. It is on the Seahawks. To have an offensive line protect for that long and to still be that tight in coverage for a defense, that secondary is legit. That secondary is where they're supposed to be. There's communication, there's conversation, there's great technique, great work. Just start counting. If someone has the ball this long, what do you expect is going to happen? It's going to be a play down the field.
Yeah.
There's going to be something.
Or somebody coming back to the ball.
Everybody is locked up. Everybody is locked up. There's no throw to make unless you want to throw it to Jusic, who at the same time was going to get tackled right there.
And that really was the dagger, if you think about it.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of time left, 6 minutes to go in the third and a full fourth quarter, but they're already up 21, and 100%. Then they go in and score again. I mean, that's
because this looks like, where are you at? You're close to the 50. If you, let's say, score a touchdown on this, it's probably 2 minutes left in the third quarter. It's now 13.
It's a two-score game.
You feel something.
Do a couple of two-point conversions.
But that's really good by that secondary and that linebacking core, because you got all this going on. Lyman didn't get inside and get rushed, but look, he's covered, and he's no way hell he's getting there. So shout out to him and to get the interception on that. He's had a heck of a year, by the way. That's why he made All-Pro. First, I think he made first team or second team. Safety, what's his name? The fourth. See the next play. Holmes, the fourth, I want to say.
All right, this is Seattle's offense now.
With Zach Charbonnet being hurt, being down, tomorrow we'll talk about who are the most important players left in the playoffs that are not quarterbacks. Ladies and gentlemen, K9 will definitely be one of those names. The running game is predicated for Sam Darnold getting the ball down the field. Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's also injured. But you're going to have to be able to run the ball. K9 is going to have a Michigan State performance if he wants to beat these Rams team. And his vision is going to be key. This reminds me of the Michigan State game. The only difference was those weren't counters. Those were just cutbacks. And he's a physical guy, man. And what he does best, I think, as a running back, he runs hard. He can put his foot in the ground and get the opposite way. Like, watch this. Like, is this a counter call? Let's see what we got. Boom, 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 boom. Yep, it's a counter setup. Boom, boom. And he took the contact. You'll see running backs try to race you to the pylon.
Angle it, yeah.
K9 is like, I'm strong enough to where I'm just run at you, and I'll use my momentum. Like, he didn't even want to tackle.
Yeah,
so he's going to be one of the most important people in the playoffs, man. And they're going to need a lot of this.
He's a good player, man. He's also a free agent after this year, by the way.
Yeah, that's a heck of a play, man.
Yeah.
But
I love it.
Playing in the playoffs, man, it was a real experience.
It's something special.
I'm mad. Just mad he never closed the door.
So close, right? So close.
Hand grenades and horseshoes, man.
Yeah, amen to that. Well, that's a great breakdown, man. Not just of you in the playoffs, but also of what what the Rams can expect. One play offensively, one play defensively. Really appreciate Braylon's breakdown as always. Always get excited for those Thursdays. Not just Haircut Thursdays, but Braylon's breakdown on Thursday. All right, quick timeout. This from Chill Medicated and Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. We'll get to some super chats and a little football discussion on the other side. Stay with us.
I'm going to tell you like this, a little bit about that Chill Medicated. Some of the products is what's been helping my arm out a little bit. I rub it on there at night, feels good in the morning. I've also been using blading with it, so it's not just the Chill Medicated, but the Chill Medicated is working. The topical body rub is amazing, as well as the extreme body lotion. The Max Topical Body Rub is the one. Go to chillmedicatedcbd.com, and these products, I'm telling you right here, Chill Medicated's line of topical products are non-transdermal, meaning it does not get you high. So if you're worried about that being an issue, you don't have to worry about it. FCC recommendation.
You know, we've talked about, looking good in your car with Jack's Car Wash. How about looking good on your appearance? Guys, you want to go out. It's the weekend coming up. You want to look good for the weekend. It is the weekend. So what do you want to do? You want to make sure your hair's looking sharp, right? Best way to do that is go to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, because they appreciate your time. They'll take care of you, and they'll make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's open 10 till 8, 7 days a week, 28 locations throughout the great state of Michigan. Walk in anytime.
Sub-Zero, icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Let's go. And shout out Brian Branch, too.
What's
Art
that?
and Jake's. I said shout out Brian Branch. Just with the Art and Jake's, all the stuff that we're doing with them, the Lions games, I know he just partnered up with Art and Jake's as well. So I saw their announcement on social. So
Beautiful.
shout out.
Beautiful. Speaking of social, I know people have been smashing that like button. We always appreciate it. Love the comments in the chat, especially those super chats. You want to get to some of those, Kool-Aid?
Look, yeah, we got a couple super chats we have to get to before the show ends. This one, a $50 super chat. $50. Shout out to Jerome.
50.
How much was it?
That's a 50.
50 piece. And look, number one crown in the chat right now. He says, Braylon, answer this movie line. Not the same coach. Who's tripping on your game, right? I know you want the finer things in life. All you have to do is decide how bad you want it.
Oh man, come on, man. That's He Got Game. Is that He Got Game? Is that when he went on the recruiting trip?
I believe so. Jarrell.
That means Kool-Aid doesn't know either.
I don't know.
You know what we're going to do?
Yeah, say it again,
the rest of us on the show just bow to you. If you're going to claim something, if you're going to do some type of quote from a movie, you're not going to make us try to verify because we don't know like you do.
Right.
There are certain things like you're going to need a bigger boat. That's easy. We're talking about some of the other movies that you seem to be so well versed in. So we'll talk about that.
It sounds like He Got Game when he's getting recruited at was that Tech?
I don't know. Don't ask it as a question. Just state it as a fact, and we'll believe you.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if the chat gives you some.
Give me another.
If they verify.
Yeah, the chat's pretty good about that too, aren't they? Yeah.
But I kind of want them to send in some more movie lines too.
Yeah, for sure.
Me too.
Don't try to send me. Don't try to send in quotes from these Tubi movies that you've been watching. I'm not well versed in the Tubi movies.
It's got to be on the big screen.
You feel me?
Yeah, I got you. I got you. All right, go ahead. Another one.
All right, this one here is from Julius in the chat, $1.99 super chat. He says Dan Skipper just retired.
Right. Yeah. We mentioned that. So all the best to Dan Skipper. It's got to be an emotional day. It's got to be a tough day. And at some point, he's going to look at his wife and his family. He's going to say, "Now what?" So that's a tough thing to do.
100%. When we wish him well, we wish him luck. I wonder what that conversation was about. I wonder what made him choose now to make this decision. He's an individual that we use on both sides. Like if we need a tackle on the left, we need a tackle on the right. If we needed some trick plays, or if we needed some trick plays, people that we could count on for that, we used him. So this
had value.
He did have value, and I'm not necessarily sad because I'm like, oh my God, Dan Skipper's leaving. I'm more so what made him make this decision.
Yeah. I'm with you on that, and hopefully we'll soon find out. Hey, before we leave, I've got to get your thoughts on what Terry Pegula did with the Buffalo Bills and how it's blown up in Buffalo's face. All right. So in case people missed it, I'm sure you haven't. You're a sports crazed audience, so you probably have heard this. But let's play that real quick. Terry Pegula, who is the owner of the Buffalo Bills, also owns the Buffalo Sabres, owns the Buffalo Bandits, the indoor lacrosse team, and paid all that money for a brand new hockey arena at Penn State. So worth more money than he knows what to do with. I just want to play this and then proof that he is wrong, because and that's not my goal all the time, but I'd like to know why these people don't understand. There is video, there is evidence of you when you're filming as much inside stuff as football does these days with your own department. So here's Terry Pegula, the owner of the Buffalo Bills, regarding Brandon Beane and Keon Coleman, who was a second-round pick a couple of years ago. Go ahead.
Yeah, Can I interrupt? I'll address the Keon situation. The coaching staff pushed to draft Keon. I'm not saying Brandon wouldn't have drafted him, but he wasn't his next choice. That was Brandon being a team player and taking advice of his coaching staff, who felt strongly about the player. And, he's taken, for some reason, heat over it and not saying a word about it, but I'm here to tell you the true story.
Then the true story comes out, at least on social media. Here comes the true story about Brandon Beane, who maybe Terry Pegula didn't know. Maybe the Buffalo Bills forgot to inform him that Brandon Beane was being filmed and recorded, mic'd up during not only the NFL Combine, but on draft day. Here's a snippet of that. Go ahead, Kool-Aid.
Yep, and this one's the sound bite.
Yeah.
Basically, when I went to bed that night, I was like, It's Keon unless someone just blows us away. We didn't feel anything was attractive enough for us to pass up on Keon.
All things considered. All things considered. Rich, just get the guy who's feels the best fit. Yep.
It always might be obvious, but so tomorrow, who are we picking?
We're just going to keep trading more. We're going to get 14 fifths. Barring someone offering us something stupid, we'll take Keon Coleman.
I say this to general managers in the past all the time. It doesn't matter who told you to take it. It doesn't matter if scouts. It doesn't matter if a certain coach. You own the pick. Matt Millen, remember, he chose Brian Calhoun. He was a running back out of Wisconsin in the 3rd round. And everybody said, well, that really wasn't him. He owns that because he's the GM making the final pick. This makes Buffalo look really, really bad. And Keon Coleman, as a second, he's just finished his 2nd year, is still under contract.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Still on the roster, bro. That's
Buffalo is in a bad spot right now.
Yeah.
First of all, you have the owner come out at the podium and lie. Look, this is a lie. This wasn't a, hey, I didn't know, or he didn't know, or this was him legitimately realizing that he fired a competent head coach. And I'm not mad. If you want to fire him, fire him.
Yeah.
He's averaging 33-point game, giving up in the playoffs. He's a defensive guy, so that's not good. So if you want to move on, move on. But don't come in here and tell us that, oh, well, I drafted him and this wasn't on, Bean. No, Bean did draft him because he doesn't know what he's doing as a drafter, hence in how his draftees have done in the past 7 years. Mm-hmm. He doesn't understand how to draft. So if you're not going to have a coach that knows what he's doing, then you better have a guy that can draft well. Now you're in a situation where you don't have a coach, you don't have a guy that can draft, all you have is a guy that can do cap space. Legitimately, fire Sean McDermott, did not consult with Josh Allen on the McDermott. What are we doing? How do you as an owner who has an MVP caliber quarterback, may win MVP again this year, he won't, but just maybe for the sake of the conversation.
It's in the conversation.
Right. You don't have a conversation with him. If you don't talk to him, you don't say, hey, look, Josh, how can I help you? What do you need? Is this a situation? He didn't have that. And said at the podium that Josh was sobbing in the locker room. Not that that's a big deal, but why is the owner talking about my quarterback crying, his quarterback crying in the locker room, being a big baby, if you will, insinuated, promoted Brandon Beane in this situation? This is a dumpster fire. I don't know what I would do. This is what happens when you get these owners that have money that now they want to insert themselves in situations. Yeah. Sit in the back. Sit in the back.
What would you do if you're on that team? I mean, how would you feel? What has to happen to try and bring you together and support your teammate who's basically been singled out, and it's not fair?
And then you place all the blame on the quarterback. On a wide receiver, and Keon Coleman, who is a good wide receiver. He has talent, but what you made him out to be, all you had to do is go have a conversation to East Lansing, and it would have negated that.
Yeah.
And you saw the one-hand catch.
He has not turned out to be as good as you would expect a second-round wide receiver to be.
I don't know, but it has to come from Josh Allen, and it has to come from him conversating with Pegula right now.
Yeah.
Because he still has the stroke. He's done nothing wrong. He can go in that conversation and they can talk shop. They can talk shop moving forward. This is how I would like things to run. If I'm going to be your quarterback, you got to run things by me. If I'm here, if you value me, do you value me as your quarterback? Do you value my input? I'm not Drake May, who is year 2, who I'm pretty sure the Patriots has conversations about, hey, we're thinking about going this. I'm year 8. I'm the guy. I'm the guy in the league right now. So conversate with me. It's just not good.
It's awful. Joe Brady's going to be their next head coach.
That's why you fire Sean McDermott.
That's what I think. But I can't get over how uncomfortable it will be for Keon Coleman. Whether you think he's good or not, that's not the point. The point is he's still on your team, and you made him out to be a scapegoat, and it's just not fair. And you don't do that in public. You criticize in private, and you promote, applaud, pump tires in public. Also, that's what good leaders do.
Also, too, man, stop taking everything so offensively. Take the ego out of it. When Sean McDermott came to you and had the conversation, said this roster isn't built to win the Super Bowl. When he said we need some more studs on this roster, and I'm not talking about that type of stud. We need some more Pro Bowlers. Mm-hmm. We need some more dogs. We need some more individuals that when we play against these teams, when we feel comfortable and not having to put everything on James Cook, everything on Josh Allen, everything on Roju or Olivier, the only 2 defensive players that you have playing well.
He's not wrong.
100%. And he says this the season plays out this way, and maybe he was mad that they lost to the Dolphins and the Falcons. Maybe those were indicators. So now this happens. I have this conversation, and as opposed to listen to me, as opposed to say, you know what, man, he's got a point. You wait till we lose our second-round playoff game, and then you fire me, and then you come out and say, well, we're going to do this, and I promoted him because he knows this, and, you know, it was my pick, and I picked Keon Coleman. And so it's Keon Coleman's fault.
It looks like internal strife, and it also looks like at some point Brandon Beane said to the owner, because I doubt the owner knew this.
No.
At some point he said, look, coaches were really high on this guy. Even though he's not working out, coaches were really high.
This happens.
And he's proven to be wrong, too, because he was all mic'd up. It's an absolute mess. Just when you think your team may have it bad, and I'm not saying Detroit does have it bad, but I mean, people around the NFL, they'll point to this, and they'll say, at least we're not Buffalo, and how screwed up their situation is.
Who has the worst situation as of right now? Would it be the Lions or would it be Buffalo?
Buffalo.
Yeah.
After this, Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Without a doubt. Enjoyed it. Great stuff on Braylon's Breakdown. We're going to be back with
playoffs.
You tomorrow. We're going to talk about the playoffs. By the way, it is a Sean versus Mike situation in both games, right?
Oh, you're right.
Sean McVay
Payton, Mike McDonald
against
Sean
Mike
McVay,
McDonald. Right.
Yeah.
So it's a Sean versus Mike. Which one will he side with in the AFC and the NFC? We'll find out tomorrow on Braylon's show here on Woodward Sports starting at 2 o'clock. Join us.
See ya.
Let's go.
Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep.
Do you believe this comeback?
Your favorite sports commentator as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before.